For as long as I can remember, I have been deathly afraid of public speaking. Until one day I realized that there is a method to actually get over your fear of public speaking. After having presented over 1,500 times in my life for groups of anywhere between 5 people to 1,000 people, I'm going to give you the gift that I wish someone gave me about 10 years ago. And I'm going to share my best practices, including my favorite tip, which is planting a seed. Today I'm going to share that method with you. I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions that you can take with you for the rest of your life to help you nail not only public speaking engagements, but also job interviews and even dating situations. My name is Levi Schechter. My channel is C'est La Vie, and I love to talk about sales, training, and leadership. The most valuable resource that all of us have is time. We just don't want retention issues. I'm so thankful. People don't quit their jobs. They quit their boss. Try and help others see the best version of themselves. Let's try to identify where the fear of public speaking comes from. There's actually a term for it. It's called glossophobia, and it's been said that approximately 75% of people are either afraid of speaking publicly or don't like speaking publicly. Taking it a step further than that, some people say they would rather go skydiving or even go swimming with sharks rather than speak in front of a large audience. So try to ask yourself, do you like or enjoy speaking in front of large audiences? Do you have some sort of fear when it comes to speaking in front of audiences, and why? For me personally, I remember exactly where my own fear came from. It was because I was thrust into an interview situation in front of a panel that I wasn't quite ready for. And the response that I got from that panel was an extremely cold one, having planted the seed that every situation that I go into is going to be just like the panel that I faced, which couldn't be farther from the truth. For some of us, it could be a childhood experience. Perhaps it was a job interview that you didn't nail and now you're afraid of interviewing, or perhaps it was a dating situation. Somebody rejected you pretty badly and now you've built up a little bit of a fear of speaking with others. That's totally normal. I'm going to help you get over all of these situations. First and foremost, don't prepare, over prepare. If you have a phone and a mirror, I highly encourage to use the recording function on your phone to record yourself once or twice before you go up in front of the audience or go into that interview. What you're going to be listening to when you play the recording back to yourself are filler words like so and It has been said that a person who uses too many filler words, even if that person is extremely intelligent, is made to sound unintelligent. Again, I'm not saying you're an unintelligent person if you use filler words. What I'm saying is that you sound unintelligent. So when you play back the recording to yourself, get a pen and a pad and just start writing down how many times you use the word and work slowly on removing that from your vocabulary. It is one of the absolute killers of public speech and interviews, and has been said to get people to be rejected from a job that they're applying for, even if they were actually overly qualified for that job. There's a pitfall to avoid here. If you're going to script out and then obviously record your monologue or your speech, be careful not to overscript your speech. You certainly don't want to have note cards where you're reading word for word what it is that you're going to be saying to your audience. They're not coming in to listen to someone read an entire speech. They're coming to listen to someone speak their opinion and give some guidance. It is better to write out bullet points with maybe taglines or just ideas of what you want to say and then build off of those bullet points. Which brings me to my next tip. Before you go up in front of your group, try to ask yourself, what is your topic intended to achieve? Are you intended to be funny, amusing, entertaining, instructional, educational, inspiring? These are all questions that I would ask before you start writing out your dialogue or your bullet points. You never want to go into a presentation setting not knowing what your ideal outcome is. And the pitfall that you should try and avoid is don't try to be someone that you're not. If you are not funny, don't tell jokes. If you are not serious, don't try to be overly serious. People will pick up on the fact that you're trying to run your stand-up routine in front of the large audience when you're not really a funny person, right? Play on your strengths. For me personally, when someone asks me to speak, which happens all the time, I always try to dissect the topic before I agree to a speech. If I'm passionate about something like sales, leadership, training, advertising, empathy, I love talking about these topics, but if somebody wants me to come to their auto repair conference and speak to that topic, I am more likely to say no to that because I don't think I will make a connection with the audience. So if you're going to choose a topic to speak on, make sure it's a topic that you care about, a topic that you're passionate about. Biggest pitfall to avoid here is never ever try to be someone that you're not. I've seen too many people go up on stage and try to tell jokes or practice their stand-up routine when they have no business being funny. The next tip I have for you is don't try and impress every single person that has attended your public speaking engagement. Even if you're speaking to 5 people, 10 people, 100 people, or 50,000 people, there is no way that you're going to make a connection with every single person in attendance. What I've always liked to do is pinpoint 1, maybe 2 people that I think I can make an impression on, and I feel really, really good about myself if after the presentation, somebody walks away feeling like they've learned something. I don't need all 100 people to walk away from my presentation feeling like they've benefited from me. If that happens, that's wonderful and I'm extremely thankful, but my gratitude comes from having changed one person's life, not having changed 100 people's life. Make that one of your end goals and you will actually have a little bit more of a free-spirited approach to your presentation and not so uptight. And that's something that I think we're all very afraid of. One of my favorite pro tips that I think will help you really blow away your audience. It's something that a lot of people don't do, but I think that they should. You should plant a seed in the audience. And this is going to sound funny when I say it, but you might want to pull someone aside before you present. This could be a meeting of 5 people, or again, a meeting of 50,000 people. Pull aside 1 or 2 people and explain to them that you may call on them in the middle of your presentation and get them prepped for it. There are 2 reasons for this. 1, if you do call on someone in the middle of a presentation, which I highly encourage to get engagement, you don't want that person to be stumped by your question. You want that person to engage back to you, so it actually puts a little bit of an ease on them. If you're going to be calling on someone, give them a little bit of prep work, let them know you're going to be calling on them, and then from your perspective, then they're going to be helping your cause as well. Nothing feels better than a live Q&A with someone in the audience where you two are talking about and agreeing about the same topic. Now, don't force it. If someone doesn't agree with you on your topic, then you're not going to get into a debate in front of tens of thousands of people or even 5 people. Preferably, you already know this person and you already know how they feel about the topic, so it could just be a very friendly and witty banter back and forth, and it makes you feel really good and supported. It's called the crowd effect, and once the crowd sees you talking and engaging with someone, then they are more likely to support your idea. Just kind of a little trick, and has really helped me feel good about myself as I'm speaking to the audience. Another pro tip, pace the room. You want to have your back straight and you want to be pacing the room, going back and forth. This creates engagement between you and your audience. It has been said that an audience is way more likely to raise their hand and ask you questions, which is a good thing if you are pacing the room. If they see you sitting down, especially behind the microphone and the podium, it almost feels like you're hiding from them. And if they feel like you're hiding, then they're less likely to engage with you. It's an old school tactic, but it's extremely effective. And then finally, after you're done speaking, listen to the recording of the speech you just gave and send a survey to the people you just presented to see what kind of takeaways and feedback they have for you. It could be good, it could be average, it could be highly critical, but that's okay. If you want to get good at something, you should be able and willing to accept feedback from your audience. I have used these techniques for the last 8 years, and I feel like I have become exceptionally efficient at presenting to large audiences because I'm always overly prepared. I pace the room, I listen to my speech before I give it, and I try to sort out filler words like and I put a seed in the audience, someone that might help me get my message across. And because of all of these things, and obviously because I always choose a topic that I'm passionate about, and that's why I'm constantly getting asked to speak in front of audiences, because I transfer my enthusiasm of what I believe in to a large group, and that is an extremely powerful skill. This is going to help you in job interviews, this is going to help you in presentations, and confidence at this magnitude is going to help you with your dating life as well. I've included a checklist in the description. You can take it with you and see how many checkboxes you can mark before your next speech. Hi there. If you like my content, subscribe. It's really, really easy. See that guy right there? This guy? Click on his face. Hopefully you love my content. Hopefully you want more of it. The best compliment you could pay is to hit the like button, comment, and I promise to continue to put out good material for you.